Breaking censorship news, boys. Censorship has hit the U.S. and the rest of the world in a way this weekend that we have never seen before. California pushing to make online mandatory ID checks for social media platforms. Utah and California require businesses to disclose when you're interacting with an AI. And Texas is now officially suing Roblox over child safety failures, joining the multi-state push for digital ID. And the worst of all, UN chief demands censorship crackdown, and not in the way that you think. Antonio Guterres has called for tighter control of social media, of course, claiming that false narratives threaten the UN's agenda for 2030 goals and global stability. Insane. Who would have thought? My name is Paper Bag Boy, and this is Breaking Censorship News. Make sure you like the video so that YouTube counts your view as a view, and subscribe. We got a lot more than this to cover today, but first and foremost, let me show you what you saw in the first 30 seconds. California just took another step towards ending online anonymity. Who would have thought? The most controlling state ever continues to be the most controlling state ever. The Ninth Circuit refused to hear NetChoice versus Bonta, leaving in place a law that forces social media platforms to verify users' ages, likely through digital ID checks framed as protecting the kids. You guessed it. What they always use and what they will always use to remove your anonymity from the internet and to make sure that they biometrically check you at every internet checkpoint possible to ensure that they can steal and mine your data. And they will continue to use this protect the kids argument till the end of time, it looks like. But of course, it opens the door to mass identity verification before you can speak online. The surveillance system isn't built yet, but when it is, Californians may need government ID checks to post. Hilarious. Not. It's laughing in a bad way. Utah and California require businesses to disclose when you're interacting with an AI. Now, this one I think is a good thing, but what we saw earlier in a previous video was that they are cracking down on AI in a different way, where now they want businesses to tell you when you're interacting with an AI, which I think is good, but they also want you to put in your ID before you can even talk to an AI so they can check what the hell you're talking to the AI about. It just turns out that the government wants to know what you're doing in every step of the way of your life, which is crazy. But Texas sues Roblox over child safety failures, joining a multi-state push for digital ID. I guessed it a long time ago that these lawsuits were a literal platform, and they were using this issue as a platform to launch digital ID underneath the guise of protect the kids, rather than actually just holding Roblox accountable. They were going to use it as a system to launch their oppressive authoritarianism. Who would have thought? UN chief demands censorship crackdown. Antonio Guterres has called for tighter control of social media, claiming that false narratives threaten the UN's Agenda 2030 goals and global stability. It just turns out that their 2030 goals require you to own nothing and to be happy. So anything that they are upset about, you want them to be upset about. So we do not want online censorship here, okay? He condemned what he called a tsunami of conspiracy theories and demanded action against platforms that allow them to spread. Translation: the UN wants the power to decide what's true and to silence whatever challenges its agenda. And when elected bureaucrats start policing speech in the name of safety, it's not protection, it's digital authoritarianism in disguise. Well, I'm going to tell you this. If I see any more conspiracy theories getting labeled as correct, we're going to have to name conspiracy theories something different, because look at this. World News Today posted, whom was correct and was it? Conspiracy theories or journalists? And they go through everything that just so turns out that the conspiracy theorists were correct about all along. Yeah, who would have thought? It gets crazier, boys. Make sure you like the video so that YouTube counts your view as a view. Texas just sued Roblox for failing to protect kids, joining a growing state effort to mandate online age verification. Roblox says it's adding new safety tools, but it's the states pushing for systems that could require digital IDs or biometric checks to get online. Because of course, Texas, the one that banned anime, that literally passed the SB 420 law or whatever the hell it was, that literally banned anime from Texas. Yeah, of course, they're the ones that are going to be pushing for more online, online internet censorship. But Japan, we have a shining light through all of this with Otaku News. Japan wants zero interference from Western people, Western businesses from interfering in their creative works. This is actually a good thing. Japan wanting zero Western interference in creative works. This is actually a really good thing. In no way ever have I ever went to watch anime to watch Western TV. Okay, that is just the last thing that I want whenever I go to click on a show. As a matter of fact, it's why I watch anime at all, because it is not influenced by Western TV. Okay, Western TV is extremely, that's me, not you, is extremely easy to guess the plot, and at least with anime, the plot is at least engaging. Who would have thought? And maybe Japan should keep it that way, because that's why we watch anime, to see Japanese culture, not Western culture, and, you know, localizers saying, yes, queen, you go for it, girl, incels are the worst. Yeah, we don't want that at all. But of course, the Pamu Twitter clone that was launched by Japan that allowed for creative works to actually be published, it got taken down the other day, undergoing maintenance because of trolls. And it says, dang, I assume it's to remove the trolls on the site that was running rampant in the last few hours. Now, these trolls were posting some things that I'm very reluctant to show it. I would not show it, but I would just tell you what they were posting. But first, let's cover this. Japanese store DL site created a censorship-free, otaku-friendly Twitter alternative. They programmed the website with a high-trust society in mind. The website lacked report and block functions. Sadly, that allowed retards from Twitter and lower shitholes to raid and troll it, and they absolutely did, getting the website to forcibly put into maintenance mode because of some crazy things. Now, I actually made a repost of this over on Twitter. You can find my Twitter account linked down below if you want to follow me. I'd really appreciate it. But this is what I reposted. It says, aunties are now posting IRL pictures of some very crazy things on the site to get it taken down. It says, please be cautious. God, you can't fucking hate these people enough. And I said, these are the normal people you're siding with when you think pixels equal real life. I'm so disgusted. This is also what happened with Texas, okay? Texas supports this kind of mindset that pixels equal real life. And I'm just sorry, but if you actually believe that, you have a form of psychosis that needs to be monitored and checked. But we all remember Steam censorship that was going on, where Steam was literally disallowing games that violated rules from literal fucking payment processors. But I'll read it to you now. Steam has added a new rule disallowing games that violate the rules standards set forth by payment processors and card networks or the internet work providers. At the same time, many theme games banned many theme game bans were removed from the store. Okay, a lot of games were removed from the store that were there for adult consumption underneath an 18 or plus safety net, and they were still removed because Steam and Visa and MasterCard don't want you to be able to choose what to buy as a functioning adult. And it's actually crazy. So if you wonder why Japan has been cracking down on the censorship of their culture for so long, or for right now, this is why. Because they have been censored for so long by payment cards, or by payment processors and Visa and MasterCard. But it continues and gets worse. Because we all know about YouTube literally taking down millions of channels with their rogue AI that they gave the power for it to do so. Well, it gets worse because update. YouTube has now been trending on X for 4 days in a fucking row, which is crazy. All for the wrong reasons. And it's only getting worse right now. After falsely terminating millions of channels through Gemini, which went fucking rogue, YouTube has still not taken action to fix their actions. Personally, my channels are still falsely terminated despite YouTube telling me to wait for their review several days ago. Even though YouTube claims to be taking action, creators like myself and countless others are still left in the dust. And it gets worse because we've seen the reaction to this from the crowd, from the people that actually enjoy YouTube, or at least, enjoy something. But it just turns out that they don't like this very much at all. And I don't either. If my favorite creator was banned due to some rogue AI and they refused to let a human actually review it to reinstate it, I would be pretty mad. But every single Team YouTube post has the same comments underneath of it. We're making it easier to edit on YouTube, create app, turn footage into the first draft minutes using edit with AI. And they're just so happy, and you know, they're they're just so optimistic. And then yeah, you scroll down and it says F your AI. Hello, can you please fix this? When is your iOS app created coming? Can you guys please look into restoring my channel? Hello, YouTube, don't ban Enderman for some bullshit reason, you spineless bastards, and your dumbass algorithm. You didn't help him. Enderman was removed. Oh, you want to fix your moderation next? We're making it easier to get your account falsely banned. We won't listen to you. Lamau, get fucked. Yeah, you need to better fix the problem of many creators being terminated for spam by your out of control AI system that is banning innocent channels for no reason. At least do once human review too. Clanker ass update. Exactly. Thank you. This fucking clanker, man. These fucking clankers are back at it again with their fucking, you know, their racist ideology of banning fucking YouTube channels just for being human, just for not having an AI voice dub. All right. These fucking clankers are racist as hell. Look, that's great and all, but the damn AI moderation has falsely banned Enderman's channel. YouTube, fix your damn moderation and give this man his channel back. I'm canceling YouTube Premium. You falsely banned thousands of people. It's actually millions of channels, by the way. It's around 2 million channels for no reason. And now it's an AI in the App Store. By YouTube. If the ads or AI are more valuable than humans, bye. We're also making it easier to ruin videos people have been working hard on. Turn good footage into the shittiest draft in minutes using edit with AI. Thank you. Exactly. Because editing with AI is actually not very good at all. That is hilarious. But it continues due to a massive failure of YouTube's AI moderation system. I got an interesting question. Can a platform as huge as YouTube's review every channel manually? Here's a quick math. 5 million terminated channels in 180 days, around 26 weeks ago. How many people do they need to review every case manually? See, this is the issue. The issue is that how they banned them in the first place. It's not that can they now handle the number? Can they handle manually reviewing the number? Probably not now, because they used an AI to ban so many channels that it's literally impossible to manually review them. That is the issue. Maybe you shouldn't have given Gemini the fucking power to torch the entire freaking platform in an instant. Okay, these clankers are jealous. They are jealous. Genuinely curious. Can YouTube, as the most popular platform in the world, afford that many full-time reviewers for this? GBYT says financially, yes, YouTube can afford it. 5 billion or million total hours at $20 an hour, $100 million. It's approximately 0.2% of YouTube's annual revenue. Jesus, they make a lot of money. They make a whole lot of money, but there's obviously a lot more going on that we need to talk about. Now, California doing this, California with their system ID checks, and they're moving towards government ID checks and online, you know, digital and biometric ID checkpoints. Yeah, I think that shit is dangerous as fuck. You can say protecting the children all you want, but yeah, I don't think so. I really don't think so. This, I think, is actually a good thing. As long as they actually stop trying to push for, you know, you to have to put in your ID to use an AI. I think that businesses should be able to tell you, they should have to tell you and disclose whenever you're interacting with an AI instead of a human. But the other way around, fuck no. Okay, fuck no. But Texas suing Roblox over child failures. Yeah, the issue is this is a scapegoat. They are literally using this as some scapegoat to multi-push for digital ID rather than actually just holding Roblox accountable. We all know that they are. They did this at the same time as the UK with their internet censorship bullshit, and they are jumping on it as fast as humanly possible to try to censor you and everyone around you for no reason at all, other than they want to. They fear you. That is the actual reason. They fear the public. They fear you civilians, and that's because what they're doing is actually not good at all. Okay, if you were not doing anything bad at all, you would not be fearing the civilians or the public. Okay, you doing this proves that you are in fear because of something that you have done, and I don't like it in the slightest. I think it's actually really, really freaking dangerous. Now the UN can go fuck themselves. The UN chief demanding censorship crackdown. No, they're not cracking down on censorship. This is a crackdown of censorship. They are fucking censoring everyone. That's the issue. The UN's agenda for 2030 goals. Yeah, they want you to own nothing and be happy. They want a biometric checkpoint at every freaking point of the internet, so that you had to put in your biometric data just to use Twitter or to go on Call of Duty or Battlefield 6 at the end of the day, or your work day. And I think that's so stupid. Nobody wants to deal with that. It's nothing. They call it in the name of safety, but nothing is safe about it. They continuously prove that they cannot keep your information safe. They have already had 2 to 3 different hacks on the digital ID system before it's even been rolled out. And now you have politicians in the UK and the US and Australia and everywhere trying to use a broken system for the digital ID, all underneath the guise of protect the kids, and they can't even protect your freaking information. Do you really trust these people with your information? Because I don't. Definitely not my biometric information, and definitely not my ID. Okay, this is not something that is safe in the slightest. This actually causes a literal information national security crisis. That's what it does, okay? And nobody trusts it. Nobody wants it except for freaking millionaire politicians doing insider trading, which is ridiculous. If they want it, trust me, you do not want that thing. You don't want it at all. That is ridiculous. But this is what I'm talking about. Biometric checks to get online. That's what they want. They want these biometric checkpoints so that they can make you go through a fucking checkpoint for everything. For you to get home from your 8-hour shift of working, construction, you sit down to play a video game, and all of a sudden you have to put in your biometric data just to be able to play Call of Duty. Nah, dude, nobody wants that in the slightest. So paper or plastic, paper being good, plastic being bad, baby. I'm gonna go with plastic. I think it's plastic as fuck. It's plastic through and through. They're basically mannequins, people. These are some tinfoil hat wearing mannequins. These things are aliens come from outer space to literally implant your brain with microchips so that they can turn you into some digital database to mine continuously. All right, this ain't fair in the slightest. Nobody likes digital ID or internet censorship. They can go on, fuck on right out of here. All right, boys, I love all of you. That's gonna be it for me. GG's, boys. Peace.